Welcome, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. I try to stay positive, but it's difficult when you know it's probably going to be the last episode. It's true. The very last episode of Clash of Clans, No Clash Clash. It seems that interest has dwindled, and although it has been a great deal of fun getting all the way to Town Hall 11 without ever attacking a single time in multiplayer, this is the end unless we receive 5,000 likes on today's episode. Now, 2 episodes ago, over 15,800 likes. You guys have the potential. Unfortunately, the following episode, only a meager 2,100 or so likes. But the good news, every single time somebody likes this video or any No Clash Clash video, it is a 1 penny donation to a worthy charity. So we combined all of the likes from the last 2 episodes, which was about 18,000, threw in a little Christmas bonus and donated $200 to the Shepherd of the Hills Children's Home and the Sierra Care Foundation. You can see all of the information right here. And yes, I mean, there's so many worthy charities. We've talked about this one in the past. I will rotate to some others, but I also need your help and inspiration down in the comments. If you've got a charity you would like us to donate to, we do it all over the world, all different types of charities. And, you know, let's try to get there. Let's get those 5,000 likes and continue with a very charitable yet boring account. Now, as always, please remember you can also help out the channel and help me be able to make these donations by subscribing, turning on notifications, and of course using code Galadon. That one directly helps out, and then about half of that ends up going to charities. So, okay, now let's actually talk about the account today for the first time. Archer towers, you saw, they all went from level 8 to level 9. Okay, not quite all of them. We've got some more to do. And yes, okay, so it is, of course, difficult to come up with a lot of loot when you aren't attacking in multiplayer. But we thankfully have raid weekends, plus a few other tricks up our collective sleeves, some that we haven't touched until today's episode. And okay, many of you have been talking in the comments saying, Galadon, do the practice attacks, do the goblin maps. Those are good ways to get loot. And I'll tell you right now, they are extremely boring ways to get loot, so we're not going to spend much footage at all doing that. I'm trying to, as usual, compile tons of footage down to 1 8 to 12 minute episode so you guys can enjoy just the highlights and you don't have to see all the boring stuff. Or, I mean, in the case of this account, everything is probably boring, but okay, there we go. We did upgrade. That's right. We upgraded the Dark Spell Factory. We're going to do things that don't always make sense, and that's because we need to remember there's a potential right now and in future episodes that we won't be able to continue this series, that the likes will stop. We won't get 5,000 on this episode, and this account becomes, well, we will have to think of something else to do with it, and that is the reason that we're making sure we're keeping up with spells and troops and heroes, just in case it has another assignment in the near future. Okay, here we go. A couple more days pass by. Oh man, I had a really good raid weekend on No Clash Clash, and the original idea was, of course, that we would show all sorts of raiding on this series because there's no other multiplayer attacks happening. And, okay, you know, I cherry-picked a little bit. I set it up. You saw that the Capitol building was at 99% damage, I believe, and it was, yeah, it was nice. And that's what we do. We cherry-pick with many of my other accounts in the clan Just Galadon, and then we roll in and wipe out the key buildings with the remaining attacks. And then we usually will have 2 or sometimes even 3 of my accounts just absolutely destroy it in Capital Gold. Huge numbers, and some others do really terribly. And of course, we also have to realize there's no point to doing this. There's really, yeah, no, okay, now, let's not think about that, because you could take that further and say there's no point to playing games, right? I mean, it's just whatever your attitude happens to be. And I say there's a point because it's entertaining for me and maybe even for like 5 or 6 of you. So we continue, and at some point I'll put out an episode talking about the clan Just Galadon, how it is just me, and we've made it all the way to, what is it, Capital Hall 6 now, I think, with only myself donating Capital Gold. And yeah, I know there's some other YouTubers, some other content creators out there that have had their viewership base come in and donate Capital Gold. I think that's cheap and cheesy. No, let's not do it the easy way. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Let's earn it. Anyway, okay, so this was a well-earned attack, more or less, on No Clash Clash. And again, completely pointless. On Galadon, there is a point because I'm trying to get all of the achievements done, so more capital gold is good. Here, 6250, well, maybe bragging rights in my small little clan, and that's really about it. At the time, though, that was one of the best singular raids I ever pulled off at 6250. And yes, you can see we've got Galadon at number 1 and No Clash at number 2 at the current time. Well, the weekend would end, and I believe Galadon 15.0 came through heroically and yeah, crushed it. So 1,212 raid medals, that's going to help out No Clash. And yes, check that one out right there. Galadon 15.0 and No.0, and we will even improve on those numbers in a future week of raiding or weekend. Okay, 3 builders free. Let's get to work. 4 builders free. Man, I can't even keep up with this. And this is, again, the problem. We're trying to expand on the gold storages because, well, with clan games and such, we are eventually going to get some runes. We also could get a few from the gold pass, but I'll be honest with you, I wasn't particularly impressed with the Royal Champion pirate skin, so I said, nah. I actually didn't. I did not buy the gold pass this month in No Cash Clash. Now, you can see we've got an achievement here for 100 gems, and just kind of rolling through this, just as momentary proof for those doubters out there that think I couldn't possibly have gotten this far without attacking. There you can see we have not done a thing in multiplayer, and we will continue to do so as long as we can get to that 5,000 like mark. Now, last episode that I asked for likes, I think we got 5,000 in like the first hour. So I know you guys can do it. The question is, do you want to? Do you feel like this series is worthwhile on the channel? So again, it's a test, and we'll find out what your answer is shortly. In the meantime, yes, I told you we would not spend much time on this, but I did finally start doing some of the goblin maps and some of the practice raids because we needed the loot. The goblin maps, of course, especially early on, the loot is tiny, but at this point we only needed a little bit more to get that gold storage going, and shortly all of the storages will be maxed out for Town Hall 11. And then we got a bomb tower going, and now all of our builders are once again, yes, successfully tied up. So let's go on over to the status report for No Clash of Clans, where we set another trophy record. That's right, 1209, the highest trophies we've ever seen. We get some free gems, I believe, at 1250, so looking forward to that. Also, in gems, speaking of, we gained a couple hundred, 1,411 gems to spend on who knows what, maybe working on the heroes. And we've seen new levels on the heroes today, Archer Queen, Grand Warden. Our next goals are to get those 5,000 likes, or I'm going to attack. Not attack you, Galafam, but you know what I mean, attacking the account. Okay, get out there. Make the best of the rest of your day, week, month, and year. Be kind to other people, animals, and the planet, Galafam. And I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more full non-attacks. Attacks, not attacking attacks. Galadon, boring. I'll give it a like just for the charity though.